Cool. All right. So I'm assuming unless you guys say otherwise, just a quick round of a little bit of everything today. So a quick round of social platforms. You guys should have that down pat with your whole stage presence now. And then we can do a quick round of interviews. And then a round of, what do you want to do, interviews first, or do you want to do Q&A first? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do after social platform? Does anyone care? Okay, okay.
Do interview.
We'll do interview. Sounds good. Okay, so let's do some quick. Let me get my timer here ready. By the way, the program book looks amazing. You guys look so good in the program book. I almost want to give you guys a peek, but then that wouldn't be as cool of a surprise as you guys seeing it the day of. So no, you guys get to be surprised the day of. You guys look really good in the program book. I was super impressed. We're working on it all weekend, and yeah, it looks really good. Okay. Timer. Okay.
And thanks for allowing us to figure out who our roomies are. I appreciate that.
Did you guys connect with all your roomies and coordinate everything? Okay. Good. All right.
Wait, how do you guys select the roommates? Not that I'm complaining because I ended up with really great people, but just wondering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw you message me, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. I only saw that right now. Hi, Francis. Why are the youngest members of the pageant with me? Okay.
I did not say that.
Also with the
Honest
youngest
info.
pageant.
Oh, like
Caitlin and
because you
Kylie,
make the
and then I
best
would be the-
babysitter. Okay, so no.
That's false info.
Wait, Elizabeth, who are you with?
I'm with Kelly, Felicia, and Mayfree.
They're not the youngest.
Kylie and Caitlin are the youngest. That's why I was confused. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I'm with Kylie and Caitlin.
No. I texted Francis and I was like, are Caitlin, Kylie, and me, are we the three youngest in the pageant? I was just wondering about like who the youngest are. Francis, you twisted my word.
I'm just messing with you. Yes, so Kylie, Caitlin. How old are you, Sky?
I just turned 20 in June.
Okay, and how old are you, Elizabeth?
21.
So Sky would be,
Okay.
I think Sky is probably the third youngest, I think. Yeah? Okay.
I was just curious.
All right. We got these youngins here. In fact, all three youngins are right here. Yeah, that's great. Okay. I have you first, Sky, on my screen here. So you ready? Okay, let me get my timer.
Let me get myself situated. Oh my God. Okay.
And don't forget to bring your cape because that's such an important part of your talk.
My
Okay.
cake. Oh, my cape.
Cape. Make sure
Yes.
make sure don't forget your cape on pageant week.
Yes. I started actually kind of packing
Good.
because ain't no way I can forget anything.
Yes. I would say start packing this month would be a good idea. All right. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Aloha kako, or greetings everyone. The confused look on many of your faces is the same as my students who struggle with cultural differences. This cape was made by some of those students to help represent the missing link between school culture and content. Through my teaching experiences, I found the key to reconnecting the two links by providing an equitable education. We should be providing students more opportunities to learn about the many of the cultures of the students in the school based on their demographics. Join me in embracing and recognizing the many cultures of our students. Mahalo nui loa, and thank you very much.
Good job. 41 seconds. Well done. And yeah, that's good. That's a good job. Keep practicing that. Yeah. From now on in these practice sessions, I will be not stopping the timer when you are doing your social platform. So if you mess up, make it up and keep on going. As I told Caitlin and my practicer today, it should look perfect no matter what you do. So make up perfect stuff, make up perfect shit wherever you need to, but whatever you do needs to be perfect, at least in the judge's perception, okay? Even if you don't know what you're doing, make it look like you perfectly know what you're doing. All right. All right. Good job. Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm not stopping the timer, so just keep on going no matter what happens.
Okay. Also, I asked my dad, and he said he was a mutt. So
So does he have at least some pedigree of
Um,
predominantly is? Otherwise, I'll make him Norwegian.
I think Austrian is definitely one of them, but he doesn't know the other one.
All right, Australian, Austrian or Australian?
Austrian.
Austrian, okay. Austrian is very exotic, so you are Chinese and Austrian.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Good evening. I stand before you as an advocate for supporting those struggling with eating disorders. In a world obsessed with unrealistic beauty standards, it is crucial to promote body positivity. Eating disorders plague society, affecting over 30 million Americans. I am an agent of change, driven by my journey through 2 eating disorders. This experience has fueled my involvement with the UC Davis Peer Relations Lab, where I do research on body satisfaction. Through awareness campaigns with mental health organizations, I will strive to connect individuals with treatment options and professional guidance, empowering them on their journey to recovery. Together, we can be catalysts for change. Thank you.
Good, 44 seconds. Well done. Good job. Good presentation, great voice. Love the stage presence. All right, you guys are kicking it. Ish, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Don't bring shame to our family. These words rotated through my mind as I battled with anxiety and depression for 10 years. But today, I stand before you, transformed. That's why I started a podcast called Creating Politics. Through this platform, we shatter the walls of silence, redefining what is normal to talk about. With my pageant sisters and healthcare professionals featured on my podcast, I advocate for accessible mental health education. Let's break the stigma and reshape cultural perceptions of mental health.
Good. 39 seconds. Good job. Well done. Great voice projection, great stage presence. Awesome.
Thank you.
Kylie, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go.
Growing up shy and reserved, dance has truly helped me blossom. As a volunteer dance teacher at both the Boys and Girls Club, as well as Friends of Children with Special Needs, I empower my students to develop their creative voices with every tap, twist, and twirl. Be it through dance, science, music, art, or any other medium, my core mission is to inspire children to confidently share their dreams, passions, and gifts with society. Tonight, I encourage all of you to dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. Thank you.
39 seconds. Good job. Well done. By the way, I was talking to some of the judges, and I've kept them ready for the event. We have our entire cast of judges now. And I told them how the pageant was last year or the last 25 years and how it's different this year. And almost consistently, all of them were like, oh my God, my favorite part is going to be the social platform, because they've never seen that done in a pageant before, except maybe unless they attended Miss America, and most of them have not. And this is very, like Emily said, this is a very new part of a pageantry. But I'm starting to wonder, as I'm hearing this over and over again from the judges, if you don't bond with the judges during the interview, you might be able to salvage that in the social platform. Because that's the other part that they're like really excited about now. So this part here is either going to help you gain even more points or help you redeem yourself if you didn't have a great interview with them. Okay, so just FYI, a lot of them are looking totally excited for this particular section. All right, Erin, you ready?
I'm gonna use this. You guys, this is a really good makeup palette, by the way. Okay.
Oh, and just before everyone starts, guess who I'm gonna get to hang out with this week?
Me.
I'm gonna hang out with Erin in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm jealous, everybody. Okay, I'm ready. Can I start?
1, 2, 3, and go.
Hi, everyone. I'm committed to improving health education for the Asian American elderly population. During my time in healthcare, I learned of the dangerous practices that result when patients are uninformed. For example, patients will delay treatment for far too long without understanding the seriousness of their conditions. Using my platform, I plan to work with local clinics, pharmacies, as well as my own medical school to provide better educational resources for our elders. We enjoy a better life because of our elders, and it's our job to protect their health. Thank you.
Good, 37 seconds. Good job. Good presence, great voice projection, great stage navigation. So good job. All right, you guys are nailing it. Alexis, are you ready?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go.
Technology can leave people behind. Like many, I was raised by my grandmother. However, she struggles with even calling me on the phone and often mistakenly calls my brother. The strides our communities have made was on the backbone of our grandparents' generation. It is important that we do not forget them. At my local elderly center, I help senior citizens stay connected to our society and familiarize themselves with modern tools. Together, we apply for jobs, fill out government documents, and most critical of all, online shop. Technology has the potential to decrease loneliness and enables us to connect, create, and contribute online. Let's work together to bridge the digital divide. Thank you.
43 seconds. Good job. Love the hair flip. That's awesome. Okay. Wonderful. Good job. You guys are doing amazingly well on this. Caitlin, are you ready?
Okay.
Yay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
When I was 12, I was diagnosed with scoliosis and put into a brace for 2 years. This S-shaped curve of my spine introduced me to swimming, which prevented my condition from worsening. This experience taught me that school sports not only helped me maintain my health, but also taught me valuable life lessons such as honorable sportsmanship, leadership, and teamwork skills. Because of school sports, I was able to turn my disadvantage into an advantage. Join me in spreading the importance of physical education, because for many students like me, it's more than just sports. It's a chance at life that would have otherwise been out of reach. Thank you.
Good job. You're we're close at 40.
Messed up like 4 or 7 times.
You did it really good, but you're hitting it exactly 45 seconds. So maybe a little bit faster, okay?
Yeah, I
Good.
forgot some of the hands.
That's okay. That's okay. The judges don't know. It looked good to me. I'm sure your sisters weren't like, oh, she didn't do the hand movement here. I don't think anyone knows what anyone's hand movement are. I want you guys to own and customize and tweak the hand gestures and even like make them up on stage that night if you feel more comfortable doing something else. So this is something that you own. No one has seen this before, except, you know, you yourself and your sisters. The judges have never seen any of this. So whatever you do on stage that night is going to be right. Okay.
Okay.
Just make sure you were right at 45 seconds. So make sure if you forget anything, just quickly try to catch up. Okay.
All right.
But otherwise, great job, Caitlin. Well done.
Thank you. Does this portion of the pageant have their own title?
No,
It's all
this is-
go towards Miss
yeah,
Asian.
yeah, this all goes towards the final score.
You know, this sounds like something like Imagine Talks would win.
Yes, well, I guess I'm training some of you guys for Miss Imagine Talks since you know, since one of you guys, if not more, will be invited to be in the Imagine Talks in 2024.
Like,
So-
is Imagine Talks, like, I know it's for like whoever raises the most, like over $10,000, but is it like supposed to deal with like money?
So the $10,000 that whoever raises or people raise, that's gonna go, all that money is gonna go toward funding the Imagine Talks event.
Oh, it goes to fund the Imagine.
Exactly. So if you help fund Imagine Talks, then of course, we're definitely gonna put you on stage and make sure you shine and share your message on it. That's the least we could do. So thank you to help us keep Imagine Talks, you know, growing, is to make sure that you share your platform and message in front of all the other community leaders.
I see. It's just like being on stage and talking like Imagine Talks kind of just like reminds me of this portion.
It
'Cause
does-
I feel like this would correlate more than, you know, the money aspect, right?
we might look at that in the future, but remember, this is the first time we've ever done this event. This-
Mhm.
So we've never done it before. So you guys are literally the guinea pigs of how this turns out. I don't think we've ever had in MAG a time where the social platform is this specifically carved out as its own entity with, like, you know, the slide that you guys created, business suits, the whole talking presence on stage, the
Mhm.
actual professional training and how they can talk. None of that's been done before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Angela, you ready?
Wait,
I'm on the road right now. I'll be able to do it in about 15 minutes.
Oh, you can't do your Imagine Talks? Imagine Talk. You can't do your social platform while you're driving?
I can try while I'm about to park
No,
right
no,
now.
no, no. Let's not endanger yourself. or
Yeah,
anyone
let's
on the road.
not do that. Let me just be a little bit more responsible today.
Okay, I will come back to you later, okay? So
Okay,
if that's the
thank
case, of course, let's go and jump straight into interviews, okay? But before that, anyone have any questions about social platform?
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Going off of what Caitlin said, but you guys can like add awards or whatever like on pageant night, right?
Yeah,
You guys
so
have like the right to do that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You guys have like the right to like add awards on pageant night, right?
No, we won't, we can't make up awards after, yeah, we can't make up awards after orientation. Like, everything has to be finalized and agreed upon and set in stone in orientation. If there's a new idea that comes between orientation and pageant night, that's gonna be set in stone for next year.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I
Oh,
thought I
got
read
the
that somewhere.
packet. No, yeah, I read it in the packet. In the packet, it's like, oh, but keep in mind that there can be other stuff awarded that night.
That's not necessarily for titles. That could be,
Oh,
yeah, that's not, we won't be making up new titles and stuff. What we will be doing is like special recognition. Sometimes they're usually not for delegates, but they're usually for volunteers. Like, oh, we want to make a special recognition for the volunteer this year who started an event on her own and was able to like create a whole new following. So a lot of times we'll do that kind of stuff. Those awards, they're special recognitions. Usually not for delegates because you guys have enough on your plate already. But there'll be like awards that will sometimes recognize community members or members of the staff who go above and beyond. And they'll be added into like the agenda of the awards. But usually I've never seen us add a new title that is not already been covered in orientation. The only thing I've seen is Imagine Talks, which can have multiple winners. That's the only time I've seen that where it's very fluid, right? But everything else, there's only one Miss Congeniality, there's only one Miss STEM, there's only one. There won't be like, oh, let's make up Miss Artistic in the middle of it. I've never seen that shit in my life. So it's going to be exactly what we want to be. Yeah, but special recognition that could be happening. That's usually for staff members and maybe for audience community members or community leaders, but usually not for delegates because you guys are so, you know, busy and focused already on everything that we're training on. Okay.
Wait, I just read the document, and it says, wait, hold on. It says the Miss Asian Global and Miss Asian America pageant reserves the right to award additional titles anytime subsequent to the pageant night. So I guess it's not anything on the day of.
I've never seen that done. If
Oh.
this is not, did it say title?
Copy and paste.
Reserves the right
to
to award additional titles, yeah.
So that's probably, I can talk to him again, but additional titles, the only thing I can imagine that covers is Imagine Talks, because it's more than one. So you can have 2, 3, 4, 5 Imagine Talks. The only time I've ever seen anything like this, and it was shot down, was when Rose wanted to recognize somebody from Miss Asian Chicago. And I'm like, I don't think you can do that, Rose, because we're not in Chicago for one thing. And we're like, that's like someone in Chicago decided to reward someone in San Francisco when they're not even like in San Francisco. So I know Rose, it came from a good place where she wanted to recognize one of the princesses, but it's not within our I should say our jurisdiction to do that. We can discuss it, but I've never seen us add a new title in there. I guess they have that in a clause as a backup, but I've seen people suggest it and it gets shot down pretty much within 15 minutes of being brought up. But I've never seen us add a title between orientation and pageant night. Usually I'm the one that shoots it down too, because I don't think it's fair. Rose is usually the one who suggests it. Myself and everyone else is the one who shoots it down. So I think it was a check and balance. I think that clause is probably put in there by Rose herself. But of course that makes sense since she was around the longest. Yeah, but I've never seen us implement anything like that. Except I've seen it suggested, but I've never seen it go through a passing of any kind of votes. Okay. But I've talked to them about it. I really am surprised that they didn't take that out yet. Anyways, moving on to interviews. Okay. Let's start with you, Sky. You ready? All right, hold on. Let me get the timer. Three minutes. Okay. And we will start with you, Judge Elizabeth. Ready? And go.
Hi, Sky. Can you describe to us your morning routine?
My morning routine consists of waking up, making my bed, because that is something my mother always told us to do. And if we do not, we are told to sleep in the garage. From there, we have to get ready. So I wash my face, or sorry, I brush my teeth, wash my face, do my morning skincare, and then I change to get ready for school or work, whichever comes first.
Fantastic. Thank you. Judge Ish.
What's your nightly routine?
My nightly routine is normally to do my evening prayer, and then I will shower and I'll probably unwind for a bit, or actually it depends on who's in the shower. If my brother or my sister, who takes an hour to shower, is going, then I will like switch it and do my unwinding first before I shower, and then I'll probably knock out.
Good. Judge Kylie.
What is your favorite part, or what is the favorite part of your routine?
My favorite part of my routine is probably my night. When I do my night routine, I have the face roller, and then for me, it's just really calming and soothing, especially when the stone is nice and cool. I started using it because a lot of my acne was flaring up, and then I just figured it was partially because of the blood circulation, and it was getting stuck, and my face wasn't like, doing its job, and it needed some help. So when I started using the face roller, it really actually helped calm down my skin and even brighten it a bit.
Judge Aaron.
Sky, if you could do anything differently in your life, what would it be?
Something I would do differently in my life is probably start doing what Angela does, which is wake up and say 3 things that she's grateful for. Ever since she said that, I started to try and think about it every single morning, just so, I have a mission for the day and I can also put myself in a good headspace before I get to work and start doing whatever I got to do. So I really liked Angela's tip that she gave a little while back.
Judge Alexis.
Sky, you mentioned you do prayers. Tell me a little bit about your faith.
Sure. So I'm a Buddhist, not the kind where I pray to a statue or anything like that. We kind of just believe in cause and effect. So it's Nichiren Buddhism. But we kind of believe that everything is within ourselves and everyone has the power to do whatever they wish within them. So we get to decide how our life is going to be, no matter what direction it is. Yeah. So that's what my faith is about.
Judge Caitlin,
What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is probably my brother. Sorry, he's like the biggest thing that comes to my mind. He in himself is a pet peeve for me. He's just really aggressive and loud, and we're like total opposites. So I don't really get along with him well.
and perfect timing. Good job. Well done. You guys should nail the interviews at this prep. So good job. Good job on that. All right. And no feedback. I thought it was a great interview. Good performance there. All right, Elizabeth, you ready?
Yeah, wait, I had a question. Sorry,
Yep.
I have so many questions. I love talking about like my faith, but like, do you think the judges will be like wary of like talking about religion and stuff?
Not if they ask it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring it up, but the judges are the ones who had decision to follow up on it if they want to.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything is, I'm not sure if I told you guys, but I'll share with you again. So the judges, it's been verified. There'll be 7 judges. I can tell you that. There'll be 7 judges, not 8. Dave Flynn can make it, so there'll be 7 judges. Everything is all finalized with them now. They will be given a sheet of paper with 10 questions on there that they can use to ask you any questions on that piece of paper. Or they can ignore that piece of paper completely and ask you anything they want to under the sun. And I've seen most of the time that I would say 70% of the time the paper is ignored and they just want to ask you stuff. Maybe once in a while they may ask you the paper, but most of the time, like 7 out of 10 times, it's going to be what they want to follow up with what they just heard from the last answer. Okay.
Do they follow the same structure of asking you like that same question for the first question about, why are you doing this? Like, tell me about
Not
yourself.
always. Nope, not always, because so let's say there's 7 judges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say that Sky goes in there and she hits, let's say she hit out of 7 judges, she hits 6 of them. Okay. She didn't get to 7 judges. This is fine, no big deal with that. Then she gets up, leaves, and then let's say Elizabeth comes in. The 7th judge will now start questioning because that's where we left off. So from there, it goes to the 7th judge, and then it goes back to the 1st judge, and depending on how many answers and how fast and basically the duration of everything. Let's say Elizabeth gets passed to 5 judges, then judge number 5, then she gets up, thanks them, leaves, and then Ish comes in, and Ish sits down or starts the interview. You can stand up, sit it up to you, and then from there the 6th judge is the one who starts the interview. So wherever the last girl left off is where the next girl picks up from. So I don't know what they're gonna start with the question because I don't even know how it's gonna end with each girl, depending on how fast each girl goes, right? And each judge usually likes to open with a different question. So it can be anywhere from why are you doing this pageant to what's the title of a book that's written about you to what kind of noodle would you want to be, which is still the weirdest question I've ever heard. Everything like that could be an opening question. Okay. Awesome. Any other questions about interview?
I had a question. I don't remember if I had asked you already, but when we first go into the interview room, like they don't have any background information on us, right? Like they don't get to see our resumes or anything.
No resumes are given, but I do believe they should have, depends on whether or not the program books are going to be ready by then. But if they are, then they will have program books of you guys that they can read through and then use that as a basis to ask you questions as well too.
Okay.
Like, oh, Kylie, I see that the 3 words you describe yourself as XYZ. Why did you choose those 3 words?
Okay.
Or something like that.
Mhm.
Or they can say, tell me about this Dare to Dance thing that you are promoting.
Okay.
So anything you put in program book is potentially fair game for them to ask about it too. Okay. What else? Yeah, any other
Hey,
questions?
Francis.
Yes. Oh, hey, Angela.
Hey guys, good to see everybody. So a follow-up question to Kylie's question. You said that the program book is going to be done by the time like we are in interview. So nothing from our application is going to be in front of them, or do they also have access to that too?
So they're gonna have like, as far as I know, the program book. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not the one who actually puts together all the documentation for the judges. I'm the one who gathers the judges together, make sure that we have the right core set of judges. And then once I have all of them put together and synchronized, I hand them off to Vincent. And Vincent starts the educational process. Usually, for sure, if the program book's ready, that's what they'll have ready to read before. That's usually one reason why right after, let's say Sky goes first, and then as soon as she walks out, I'm usually there to walk the girl out. Then I wait at the door and I look for the judges to give me the signal, and they'll quickly like score Sky, and then they'll close that file, and then they'll quickly look over, let's say if Elizabeth's next, they'll quickly look over Elizabeth's file. And the file is probably, if I'm not mistaken, probably going to be some information from your application, but mostly it's going to be from the program book. Okay, it won't have your resume. I double checked with Vincent. He said the resume will not be shared. Okay. Okay. Angela, do you want to do your social platform real quick? I can.
Right now?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. Okay, I can try.
Are you ready to do it?
I'm not gonna stand for this one but yes, I will do it.
You don't have your microphone?
Not with me now. I'm not at home right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Just go, at least do your hand gestures.
Okay. I changed my opening line, so
Okay.
I could. Okay.
And wait, let me get my timer here ready. 1, 2, 3, go.
Did you know that the top reason kids miss school is because of a toothache? My project at Mills College demonstrated that students and faculty members in public schools should have access to nutritious meals, crucial for their performance. 1 in 8 children in America live in households without healthy food, and the lack of funding in the National School Lunch Program is heartbreaking. Working with Oakland Community Gardens and Ronald McDonald House, I learned that food and community go hand in hand. With Miss Asian Global, my plan is to launch our platform, Scholar Bites, connecting schools with local farmers to ensure fresh ingredients on lunch trays. Join me to nourish and fuel academic brilliance in our future leaders.
Good, 39 seconds. Good job. Well done. Awesome. Okay. I have no feedback, except next time I'm gonna see you walk around a little bit. Okay. Otherwise, good job. All right. Elizabeth, I think you're on next. You ready?
Yeah, for interviews, right?
Yeah, for interviews. All right, let's start with Angela. You ready to go as the first judge? All right, Angela.
Yes. Hi, Elizabeth. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Judge Angela. I grew up in the Bay Area, and I grew up with a Chinese mom and a white dad. As you can tell, my mom is probably your tiger mom, and my dad is your empathetic, calm sort of dad. So growing up with 2 different cultures, 2 different backgrounds, it was really amazing having both sides of me. It was cool learning about both sides. A little bit more about me. I just graduated from UC Davis with a degree in biological psychology, and I do research on body satisfaction.
Fantastic. I don't know if it's just, I'm gonna pause this. I don't know if it's just me. Is it a little bit coming in and out for you guys in terms of volume? Yeah, a little bit, right? Could you mind going a little closer to the microphone, Elizabeth? That's yeah, perfect.
I can
Yeah.
also speak louder.
You what?
I can also speak louder.
That's okay. Perfect. Yeah, okay. I can hear you great. All right, fantastic. Okay, I'm resume now. Caitlin.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is sushi. Fun fact, I actually hated Japanese cuisine growing up, but now my favorite food is sushi, and I don't know how the tables have turned, but I love any type of Japanese cuisine.
Fantastic. Judge Alexis.
Elizabeth, I saw you playing with a pet rat. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, my boyfriend and I adopted pet rats sophomore year of college. They were our emotional support animals during COVID. I know that everybody thinks that rats are really gross and disgusting, but these rats were domesticated to be pets, and we bought them from a pet store. They're really adorable. I have a white one and I have a brown one, and their names are Biscuit and Cookie. They know their own names and they act just like dogs. I've taught them how to do tricks, and Cookie knows how to jump through a hoop.
That's awesome. Judge Aaron.
Would you say you're a role model, Elizabeth?
Could you repeat that?
Would you say you are a role model?
I definitely would say I'm a role model, especially to girls. I know that a huge part of growing up is comparing yourselves to other people around you and constantly comparing yourself to your peers. I feel that I have been a great role model for those who are struggling with their body image. And I hope that I can continue being an inspiration for those.
Fantastic. Judge Kylie.
Do you think there are any challenges to having like a Chinese mom and a white dad?
I think the biggest challenge is not having favorites in my parental relationship. I obviously lean towards my dad because I feel like he understands me more. But one time when I was little, I told my mom that I like my dad more, and that earned me a beating. So I will never do that ever again. So yeah, I think the biggest challenge is not choosing favorites from my parents. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Good job there. All right, I'm gonna have to follow you. That earned you a beating?
Yeah, she slapped me.
Wow. Okay, well, yeah, that's one way to teach child.
So I will never say that ever again.
Yeah. I think that's a I would say that's a great philosophy to live by. My God. Okay, good job. Very humorous, and I had no idea you had pet rats. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Just
thank
kidding.
you.
You still have them?
Yeah, well, one of them is like pretty close to dying because they usually live up to 2 years, and this one's like almost 3. He's getting old, but the other one's alive.
They only have 2-year lifespan?
Yeah, it's really sad. But we wanted them to have 2-year lifespans because we weren't sure like where we were gonna be
Oh
after
my God.
college. So we wanted like a shorter lifespan of an animal.
This is like they're like the perfect COVID pet. You adopt them at the beginning of COVID, and they should be pretty much done by the end of COVID.
Exactly. I mean, what a morbid way to put it, but yeah.
Wow. Wow, a 2-year lifespan. I don't think I know anything that has a 2-year lifespan except for rats now. I think fish live longer than that, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
my beta is expected to live 5 years.
A what?
My beta, my Mushu, he's supposed to live up to 5 years at least.
Yeah. I was thinking, I thought everything has at least like a, 5-ish year. The 2 years is like your second birthday, and it's like, well, you're at a ripe old age of 2 right now.
I know it's really sad. It's okay.
My gosh. Okay, well, I'm glad they had such a great 2 years with you guys. That's adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Ish, you're next. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's start off with Judge Sky.
If you were to write a children's book, what would it be called, or what would it be about, and what would it be called?
If I were to write a children's book, I would title it Creating Confidence. That's also the title of my podcast. And I think that that's a really important thing to teach children, because having a sense of self and being confident in who you are is what helps prevent things like depression and anxiety, which is what I had to struggle with growing up. So I would title it Creating Confidence, and it would be all about mental health.
Very good. Judge Elizabeth.
What do you value the most in a friendship?
In a friendship, I really value someone who will tell me the truth to my face, but behind my back, they will, hype me up and tell other people the like lies about me. Not lies, but like, make me sound better than I am. But I want them to tell me the truth to my face. So if I'm doing something wrong, I want them to be completely honest with me and help me improve as a person, because I think that being a friend should always be a way to advance and grow. And if someone is holding you back, that's not a true friend.
You're good. Judge Kylie.
What is the biggest obstacle you've faced in your life?
I think the biggest obstacle that I've had to face so far is adjusting between moving from Illinois to California. I really had a hard time because I struggle with my mental health and I had to switch doctors. And there's a rule where you can't see a doctor out of state and they can't prescribe you certain medications. So I was without my medications for about a year. So that was definitely like one of the hardest periods of my life. But I was able to, even despite my struggles, I was able to get a new psychiatrist and get on the medications that I needed to be on.
Judge Aaron.
Shit. Ish, what is your hot take? Sorry.
I think my hot take, which is it's a hot take for Asian people especially, is that I don't think white men are that attractive. A lot of Asian girls love white men, but that's personally never been me. I love like every race, but I don't know, like can't do it.
Great. Okay. Alexis.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Tell me about your best friend.
My best friend's name is Nikki. She lives in Chicago and she actually works in HR. And so she really loves helping people in her work. And I'm glad that she's able to do that.
Good job. Okay, good ending right there on time. I love that hot take. Thank you for adding that.
You killed it. Yeah. That hot take was.
That's hilarious. I'm sure the judges would get a huge kick out of that. That's awesome.
White male judges.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's no
Okay, I'll just tell you this much. And there are white male judges. If there is a white male judge, use your better judgment on how to answer that question.
I think I would have said like my hot take is that Asian boys are like better instead of saying like I don't like white boys, even though that's how I feel ish. I'm in the same boat as you.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
Asian boys are better. I just like think that white men are inferior. Like but it's just you guys, so it's okay. I wouldn't say that to the judges, but it's just you guys. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can we talk about it though? Like, what is everybody's hot take? Because if I'm asked this question, I'm kind of drawing blank. A part of me wants to be like, oh yeah, a lot of people think that Asian women are meant to be quiet and obedient, but that's not the case.
That's a good one.
That that's like a stereotype that we have, or that we're exotic. I mean, we are exotic because we're all different, coming from different backgrounds, but
well, I feel
Pineapples
like a
don't
hot
belong
take-
on pizza. That's my
pineapples
hot
don't belong on pizza, or they do.
take.
What did
Yeah.
you say?
No, they don't.
They do.
Ew.
What?
No.
Either way, it's a hot take.
It's a hot take. There you go.
It's
That's your hot take.
example.
Okay. I was about to say, like, your hot take has to be something that most people disagree with. So if you say the thing about Asian people like that, a lot of people agree with that already.
Mhm.
Yeah, something controversial like dogs versus cats. I think that's how Aaron answered that question from Caitlin, or somebody answered Caitlin's question like that. And I thought it was the funniest thing.
They
I'm-
said dogs versus
yeah.
cats.
Dog people versus cat people. Is that what you said? Was it-
Or was it Alexis?
Yeah, I think it was me last week.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just curious, Caitlin, as a 17-year-old youngest, do you have a hot take?
I guess so, yeah. I have a lot of opinions.
What's your hot take? I'm curious.
I really like Ish's hot take. Like, I talk about that all the time. It's not because I don't think white men aren't attractive. It's just like it's not a good what's the word? Investment. Because white men age like bananas.
Do you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah, by the time they're my age, they're not attractive anymore. So.
Elizabeth, your boyfriend and you look cute though. Your boyfriend looks good for his age.
Thank you. He
I-
ages
Yeah, you
like
guys are
fine
cuties.
wine.
You guys are more mature. When I was your age, Caitlin, I did not have a hot take. I don't think I had enough intelligence to have an opinion on anything. So it's very impressive you guys have hot takes at this stage. Very impressive. But I will be trying my best not to laugh if that's asked by one of the judges. Because if it is, I'm gonna have to like literally bite something in the back without like disturbing you guys being interviewed. You guys have such an amazingly funny discussion here. Okay, moving on to Kylie. Wait, who just interviewed? It was Kylie. Is you next, right, Kylie? Are you next? I just interviewed Ish.
I don't really remember, but I can go next.
Okay, I think Ish, you're the last one, Ish, right? Because you're the hot take one. Okay, right. Okay, Kylie, it's front and center. Let's start off with Angela. Ready? And go.
Hi, Kylie. Can you tell us what one piece of advice would you give to someone who's just dancing for the first time?
Ooh, one piece of advice I'd give to someone who's just dancing is to just not compare themselves to other people who are like going before them, performing before them. Because oftentimes when I do that, I feel more nervous and I feel like I'm always comparing myself and then I don't feel like I'm good enough. So a piece of advice is to just not compare yourself. If you have to, just don't watch, the person before you and just go on stage and be yourself and just dance your heart out. And, when you are dancing your heart out and having the time of your life on stage, I think the judges can see that.
Judge Caitlin.
If you weren't dancing, what other activity would you do?
I wasn't dancing. There are probably two things I would love to do. Recently I started doing like a little bit of modeling on the side. And so I've done like a couple of like fashion shows that are for charitable organizations. I'm a part of this nonprofit. I'm an ambassador of this nonprofit called Catwalk for Charitable Causes. And what we do is we put on fashion shows and we make it like a charity fundraiser and we donate to different nonprofit organizations. So far, we've contributed to the Pomeroy Recreation Rehabilitation Center, Chinese Hospital San Francisco, their Hep B Free campaign, as well as so many other organizations. So that's something that I love to do on the side.
Judge Alexis.
That's awesome. Tell me, is there a type of dance that you want to try?
Ooh, there's lots of types of dance that I want to try. Something that I've always been really interested in, because at my high school, it's very diverse. We have lots of different dance clubs, and some of them were like Indian dance clubs. And I've had the chance to see some of their dancing during our shows when we invite them to perform for us. And I always just watch them in awe. I was like, it looks so tiring, but it just looks amazing and it looks so fun. Whenever I see them dancing, I just want to get up and dance with them, even though I have no idea how I would do it. So that's definitely something that I want to try to learn a little bit of Indian culture.
Very cool. Judge Aaron.
Kylie, how do you balance pageantry, school, and modeling and dance?
I think it just comes with practice with time management. In high school, I had to juggle a lot of things, whether it was being on dance team, doing modeling, and so many other like clubs and other commitments that I had. So I think it really just comes with practice. And I would say, when you care about something, you will make time for it. And that's how I juggle everything.
Judge.
In 5 seconds, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am a dancer and I love to share my passion with my community.
Good job. Well done. And good smooth interview there. All right. I have no feedback. Otherwise, good job. Aaron, are you ready? Okay. Let's get started with Judge Elizabeth. You ready, Elizabeth? And go.
Erin, if you were a type of fruit, what fruit would you be?
I would be a persimmon, not the Fuyu persimmons, but the long ones at the edge. Because when I was younger, every summer, so my grandma would
pick them in August, keep them in the freezer, and then thaw them out, give them to us during the summer, because she lived in Korea and we couldn't eat them with her at the time. So it just brings back a lot of nostalgic memories, and it's my favorite fruit.
Judge Sky.
If you were any sort of color, what color would you be and why?
I would be red because I am a pretty passionate, intense person, and I feel things very deeply. And I think red just is symbolic for all of those things.
Judge Ish.
Is your evening gown red then?
No, but it's very close. It's hot pink.
Judge Kylie.
What makes you nervous? Very, very successful people, because for me, I want to be at their level one day. And when I walk into a room, knowing that everybody has had, more milestones that they've reached in life than me, it makes me wonder, will I ever get there? But also that's a huge source of motivation. So, it's both makes me nervous, but it does inspire me to go further in my career.
Judge Alexis.
You mentioned Korean persimmons. What are you most proud of your Korean heritage?
I would say our work ethic. I have a lot of things that I don't like about my people, but when I look at how hard we work, how dedicated we are to family, and our respect for elders, all of those things, those just make us who we are. And so those are my favorite things about Koreans.
Judge Caitlin.
What does family mean to you?
Family, I think, doesn't just come down to blood, but for me, it comes down to the people who support you and are loyal to you no matter what.
Judge Angela.
Hi, Erin. In 30 seconds, can you tell us, is there anything about your childhood that you would change?
I would have gone to therapy sooner. I had a lot of difficulties in childhood within the family that impacted me a lot as I entered adulthood. And had I, went to therapy sooner, I think that I could have unpacked that all at a much younger age, and it would have made me a more, it would have given me an easier time as I entered adulthood.
And I guess that's it. There's nothing to do in 6 seconds. Good job.
Should I stretch that out? What do you recommend?
I would stretch it out just because you might get a judge like in 2 seconds. You never know, right? But otherwise, great interview.
I loved your answer.
Yeah, you always give good answers, but you also know how to throw. I don't know if you mean to do this on purpose, but you also throw this great sense of humor to it too.
Thank you.
That's very it just puts everyone at ease, and you're like, I would have gone to therapy sooner. That's something I would hear from like a sitcom, but I so true too from knowing your past. But it's just the way you say it so nonchalantly there's that, like I said, I can't tell whether you're doing it intentionally, unintentionally, but it works.
Oh, I didn't know I was doing it, but thank you, Francis. That's a very nice compliment.
It works very, very well. Good job on that. All right, Alexis, ready?
Hi, yep.
All right, let's start off with Sky.
How did you end up in New York?
Thank you, Judge Sky, for that question. I was born and raised here. So my parents immigrated here before I was born. And then, so I've been here my entire life, and I would not have changed where I grew up for anything in the world. Thanks.
Judge Elizabeth.
What is your love language?
So my first love language is words of affirmation, and my second love language is quality time. And so for me, I think I really just put a lot of emphasis on speaking kindly to other people and having other people speak kindly to you. I think that's like the most basic form of respect we can give each other. So yeah, that's my love language. Thanks.
Judge Ish.
What is your sign?
My astrological sign is Virgo. I'm a Virgo sun, Gemini moon, Scorpio rising. I'm really big into horoscopes, so this is a very fun question for me. And yeah.
Wow, I love that detail. Judge Kylie.
What's the best and worst part about living in New York?
So I actually do have a very big love-hate relationship with New York. I was born here and I've been here my entire life, so I do find it to be a little boring sometimes. I feel like I've done everything that there is to do in New York. But at the same time, I've grown to love it, especially with my current boyfriend. We reconnected after high school, and I think just starting to date him again has reignited my love for New York because he introduced me to a lot of people, and we go out and we do a lot of fun things together. And I just have a community here, so it's definitely grown on me.
Let's go with Judge Caitlin.
What does love mean to you?
I think that love, first of all, is loyalty. I think that in a relationship, loyalty is number one. And then the second thing I would say is compatibility. Even if there's fire and passion and sparks, if you guys are not compatible, the longevity of the relationship is tainted a little bit. And I've had a long relationship that was very sort of fireworks and drama, but I think at the end of the day, it's about loyalty, compatibility, and just stability.
Judge Angela.
Hi, Alexis. So earlier you mentioned that you have a love-hate relationship with New York. If New York burned in flames, where would you move next?
So I would love to live in Asia for a little bit. I've spent some time there, and if I could just spend, a few years there, that would be amazing. In the US though, I'd probably go to SoCal. I would probably consider Irvine for raising a family, and that's why I want to meet Erin so I can talk to her about that. So yeah, I would probably say Southern California. Thanks.
Good job. Well done. Awesome. You guys are doing very well in an interview so far. So let's jump over to Caitlin. Ready, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Okay, Caitlin, let's start off with Elizabeth. Ready, Elizabeth? And go.
Hi, Caitlin. How do you get your skin so smooth and clear?
One way I get my skin smooth and clear is skincare. I take skincare very seriously. I wear makeup a lot, but what helps the most is definitely prepping your skin for makeup. I like using a toner and then going in with a moisturizer and always wearing an SPF. Thank you.
Judge Sky.
How long does it actually take you to get ready?
It depends. I can get ready really fast when I do a quick makeup, but when I have extra time, I do like taking my time and really pampering myself. So it can range from 10 minutes to an hour.
Judge Ish.
Do you think being young has something to do with how good your skin is too?
I believe that my genetics are a big thing, but not being young. I feel like at my age right now, puberty is a huge thing hitting kids, which can definitely mess with your hormones. And so definitely it's a huge indicator on people with acne at my age, but I believe it's mostly genetics for me.
Judge Kylie.
What is your favorite part of your self-care routine?
My favorite part of my self-care routine is brushing my teeth. I think it's the first step of my routine, and I wear a retainer at night, and when I take it out, it's all slimy and stuff from when I sleep with my mouth open. And so when I brush my teeth, it's like a awakening. It's kind of like refreshing. Thank you.
Judge Aaron.
What is the hardest part about being 17?
I feel like the hardest part of being 17 is seeing what the next step is. Right now it's my junior, or I guess it's my senior year. I should be signing up for colleges, starting to write my college applications, but it's hard because I don't know what I want to do yet. And there are so many things I love, but I don't know if that's what I should pursue. And I've talked to so many girls and asked them how they are doing with their lives, what paths they take. But at the end of the day, I want to be unique and I want to do what I love. Thank you.
Judge Alexis.
As the youngest delegate, what are your thoughts of this experience?
As the youngest delegate, I think this experience is extremely enlightening. I feel like all the girls have experienced so much with their lives. And since I'm the youngest, I want to be like a sponge and absorb all their information and their experiences. Thank you.
Good job. Well done. Great interview again. When I was 17, I would have probably been stumped in the first question. So I don't know how you guys are so mature and so intelligent and how much integrity. Good job, everybody. Oh, FYI, after the judges interview, there will be a little party called the judges reception, where you guys get to meet the judges at the party, at the little cocktail party. Fun fact, this is exactly where I recruited Caitlin exactly a year ago. She was serving ice cream.
Yeah, I remember seeing you there and all the girls were dancing in the heels too.
Yes, you guys don't need to do that this year. You guys lucked out. We removed that part. So you guys don't need to worry about the whole dance stuff. Although I think when Kylie joins staff, she'll probably bring it back. I think. But yes. So we'll be serving ice cream again. You'll not be serving ice cream, Caitlin. I think probably your mom or someone else will be serving. I might be serving ice cream actually with your mom, if that's the case. But yeah, so you guys can try sample some of Caitlin's delicious, at least the company that she works for, heavenly ice cream, really yummy ice cream at his reception. So fun fact there.
I
Okay.
have a question.
Yeah.
Or I guess something to say. So for me, I have nobody that's gonna be up there in time for the judges reception. Everyone's not flying in until Thursday. So, well, this is for the girls, I guess. But if any of you guys want to bring any extra people, I believe I have 2 extra tickets. So I have 2 tickets if anybody wants to take them.
How many people are allowed to come?
Did Rose connect with you guys on?
I
Okay.
didn't know we were allowed to bring people.
I think I didn't know there
The
were.
delegate sponsor, right? Because then that's a part of the package.
It is. I don't know who's getting to, but basically the sponsor should automatically get invitation, right? To come to the judges reception. That should be an automatic thing. I don't know how they're doing tickets or if they're doing tickets this year. Again, that's more of the Rose and probably Vincent thing since they're handling a lot of the sponsorship things. I do know in the past that parents are definitely welcome to come if they're present and available, and we're welcome to be part of that as well too. Yeah, but that's, if you have questions about that, talk to Vincent and Rose. They're the ones who usually handle that. By the way, also, this is like more or less to parallel to the judges interviewing. So I guess we're gonna have to do this again. There's something else we're doing on the side here that we'll try to make it as seamless as possible. So there'll be little workshops, specifically pageant walking workshops that'll be held right there in parallel at the same time as the judges reception, so that you guys can have something to do and keep your mind off of stressing about the interview and just basically do some physical activities to just loosen yourself up and get yourself, more relaxed. So you can if you want to pace up and down the halls and drive yourself nuts, you can do that too, or just stay inside your room and be, like that. Or you can come down and hang out with some of the other girls and do the walking workshop and just kind of like loosen up your mind. And when your time is there, make sure you're at the door ready for your turn at the interview, and we'll go get you through it. We'll be doing, this is the first time we're doing this, but we're doing something on the side here to basically help you guys just kind of relax a little bit prior to the interview. Okay. I think that leaves just you, Angela. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Angela. Let's start off with Sky again and go.
What is the dream color scheme of your classroom?
Hi, Sky. So my dream color scheme of my classroom has to have 2 of my favorite colors, which is green and orange. I kind of have an unhealthy obsession with tangerines. So the last 2 years, I themed my classrooms tangerines, and all my kids were known as the tangerines. And the other fourth grade classroom were pineapples. So we were just like a huge fruit party walking down the halls. So it has to be very colorful because I feel like every color should be represented.
Judge Elizabeth?
Why do you like tangerines so much?
So in our culture, tangerines are actually a sign of good luck, and they're often given out during a special holiday. It's my favorite holiday set, which is Vietnamese New Year's, and it's a sign of respect. It's also just really easy to eat. So whenever my mom would buy the Costco bag, I would take like 3 or 4 of those in my backpack, and I would eat those constantly throughout the day. So that's why I have such an obsession with them.
Yeah. Judge Ish?
So I noticed you work with students. How old are they? And would you ever want to have children of your own?
Thank you for your question. Yes, I worked with kids from kindergarten all the way up to 4th grade, but my favorite has unexpectedly been 4th grade. Originally, I wanted to be a 1st grade teacher because I was really fascinated by phonics, teaching kids how to read. But during the pandemic, I taught 4th grade, and I didn't know that they were so woke. Honestly, they're so trendy. They were teaching me so much stuff from TikTok, and they keep me young. So I loved being able to joke around with them. We had a joke book in my classroom. And the second part of your question was, do I want kids? Yes, I do. I'm actually really excited to be a mom one day. The actual body part though, of like being pregnant, that scares me so bad. But after the fact, I think it would be really awesome to have a mini me running around. So yes, I do want kids.
Judge Kylie?
If you could choose to have a boy or a girl, what would you choose and why?
If I could choose to have a boy or a girl, I honestly don't, either or. If they want to be a he, a she, a they, I just know I'm going to love them so, so much. And they're going to be walking in style everywhere we go because I love clothes, and they're going to be rocking really good sneakers too because I'm really into shoes. So that's all I know.
Judge Aaron?
What's your favorite type of shoe?
My favorite type of shoe has to be a sneaker, specifically from Nike. Probably Air Maxes. Yeah, those are my favorite shoes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Good job. There's a movie you should watch. Angela Cut Air. I think I might have told you this already, right?
I think you did. Yeah. Yeah.
You should watch that movie, specifically considering the whole movie is about Air Nikes.
Okay. Yeah. It's on my list.
Yep. Check it out. I think it's worth your 1.5 hours. Well done. Okay, good job. Again, I think you guys are gonna be amazing in interviews as long as you guys, keep your cool and calm, which you guys do, and just be yourselves. They're gonna love you. Okay, now let's move on to your guys' favorite part for some reason, Q&A. And let's see what we can do to put you guys out of your comfort zone. Okay, let's start with you, Sky. We've gone to the point where I've asked you I would probably say 80 to probably 85% of all the questions that could be asked of a pageant at this point. Anything
That's
else
a pretty good
would be-
percentage.
I'm sorry, what?
That's a good percentage.
Yeah, anything else would be, and most of these would just be iterations of the same questions. But now I'm going to ask you some more awkward questions. Okay, and just see how you guys handle that. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Some of these are just weird. I can't even ask you that. Okay, how about this one? Okay, Sky, here's your question. Do you regret anything in your life?
I do not regret anything in my life because I believe that everything happens for a reason. There are many decisions that I've made that I believe weren't the best decisions, but it has led me to where I am today, which is something I am so grateful for. Things I didn't get to do, such as become homecoming queen or even like go to prom. I missed both of my junior and senior prom, have actually led me into pageantry. If I actually joined because those are some of the things that I missed out on doing. So I wanted to dress myself up and, you know, give myself that opportunity to do so. So for me, there's nothing I regret because everything happens for a reason.
Good, 38 seconds. Good job. Like the
Oh,
answer. And
I'm sweating.
yeah, good sense of time there. And use of the formula. No regrets, explained everything. Everything happens for a reason and no regrets. Okay, good job. Overall, that should be at least a 9.5, probably a 10 within the judges. So good job on that. All right, Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Elizabeth, here's your question. Have you ever hated anyone? And if so, why?
Could you repeat that, please?
Have you ever hated anyone? And if so, why?
I don't believe I've ever hated anyone. I feel like hate is a very strong word, and I don't want to put that negative energy on anybody. However, I have strongly disliked people for what they have done to me or done to my friends. I am very protective of my friends and family, and if they'd said something behind their backs that was just really mean, it led me to strongly dislike them. However, I also believe in forgiveness, and even if I strongly dislike somebody, I think that forgiveness is very important in every relationship. It also keeps your sanity. So to answer your question, I have never hated anyone.
Good. You answered the question, you explained why, and also your definition of hate. And you reiterate again of why you don't use that concept of that word. So good job. I'd say that's a good solid answer. Probably, I say that's at least a 9.5 easy. Okay. All right. Erin, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here's your question. Erin, do you have a good relationship with your parents?
Thank you, Judge Francis, for that question. I would say I have an improving relationship with my parents. My father isn't in the picture, but with my mother, we've gone through a lot of tumultuous times in our relationship. I think living away from her now and us both having our own spaces is really helping. So I think that while our relationship could definitely be better, we are working on improving it and building a stronger connection. Thank you.
28 seconds. I love the answer, and I love the fact that you are now able to. I asked these questions to you specifically, Erin, because I know these are like hard, and so I want to ask you these questions so when if they do happen on stage, you know how to handle them, and you're handling them great now. However, 28 seconds. I wanted more.
Okay, sorry. I know why you asked me that question. You know I have a shitty relationship with my
know.
mom.
I know. And then just in case you're unlucky to pick that question, better you practice here with us than on stage there when it's scored for real, right? And I can honestly say now that I'm not worried about you anymore. Good job. I am very proud of you, Erin. That's another demon that
Well,
you
it
conquered.
was all bullshit, so it was a lie.
The fact that you
We
can
ain't close.
the fact you can bullshit and make us like believe that's already great. Good job. Okay. Are you I'd say I give that a 9. I would like to give it more, but I would want more because I felt like you still had like 15 seconds left. Actually, 17 seconds left. Okay. All right. Are you ready, Kylie?
Yep.
All right. Here's your question. Kylie, when your time is done here on Earth, how would you want to die?
I think that's a kind of a morbid question, given that I'm only 18 years old, and I hope that I can live much longer than that. However, thinking about the way that I would want to die, I think I would want to die after all my other or before all my loved ones, because I really fear the idea of losing other people in my life, and I would never want to have to go through that pain of missing them and not being able to be with them. So I think I would want to die peacefully, but it's kind of morbid, but I would want to not have to go through that pain of missing them. Thank you.
44 seconds. Good answer. A little bit rough though.
Wait, I didn't mean to say it that way because it sounded really weird.
Mhm. So this is legit pageant question too that I found. How would you anyone? I think this is worth discussion. How would anyone else approach that question?
I would say I wanted to be cremated.
Okay, cool. And you can explain why would you want to be cremated?
I would want to be cremated because I wanted my ashes to be spread in places where me and my loved ones have created memories. I'd rather be remembered as a destination, as an activity, as a place, rather than a tombstone. I rather when people want to visit me, they go to somewhere where they can remember what we did and the memories we created, the laughs we had, and how they can share it with their other families rather than just a stone in a mass of stones.
Wow, you've gotten some deep thoughts in that, Caitlin. That's deeper than me. That's pretty deep. I love that. That'd be probably a 9.5 answer right there because you definitely have thought out some really deep philosophy there.
Yeah, I want my ashes spread in Disneyland.
I'm not sure if Disneyland's gonna be okay with that, but that's I'll be like, what the hell? Just people to
I
No.
would have said like an accident or quickly.
But it's not like a whole sandbag. I was thinking like maybe a tablespoon.
A what?
we're just
A tablespoon of ashes.
kind of
Just
right,
like
we're good.
flying around everywhere.
I want to be everywhere.
Okay, we'll just sprinkle a little bit of you here and there in the haunted mansion.
I always get kind of scared at the idea of like being cremated because I saw this video the other day on like TikTok of this girl whose dad had passed away and they cremated him and she had like his ashes in like a thing and I think her coping mechanism was kind of weird because she was like laughing about it, but she like accidentally spilled part of it and she inhaled it.
Well, now he'll always be with her. That's great.
I was like, oh my God.
Wait, I have a question. Was the question like, how is it? How do you want to die?
Yeah,
or what do you
exactly.
want
The
to
question
happen
is-
after you die?
No, the question is, when it's time for you to pass from this earth, how do you want to die? Like,
So then would
uh,
Caitlin's answer pertain to it? Because hers is like, you're dead unless she dies in a fire, right? Because that's the only other way like you can get cremated.
this is true. Yeah, it's true, Caitlin. You did. You could say that you want to die peacefully and then be cremated.
Oh, I heard the question wrong.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, you're right. The question is asking what's the process? And Ish answered it by saying that quickly through an accident where she probably doesn't want to notice this happened, right? Ish? Yeah, it should be something along the lines of, this is true. Good catch on that, Sky. Also taken by Caitlin's deep philosophy as a 17-year-old or even as a person. Then I was like, yeah, you know what? She didn't answer the question because it's more about the lines of your answer is how you want to be
Dealt with after I die.
how you want to be I guess bid farewell is more of how you answered it more
Yeah.
than how you want to eventually just go, right?
If I were asked that again, I would say I would want to die saving a life.
Wow. Hero to the end. That's very, very, very noble. Okay. Anyone else have any other questions? I'm trying to find some of the most off-topic questions to ask you guys to see how you guys handle those now. Any other questions or any other comments? No? Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Kylie, right? I think it's your next. Yeah, your turn. Okay.
She
All
just went.
I just went.
You
You
went?
must
Oh,
know
no, sure. Okay, this is why I need you guys to keep me in track here. Ish, then is you. Are you next, Ish? I think you're next. Okay, yeah. Yep, I haven't asked you a question yet, right, Ish? Okay, yeah, you're next. All right. What is a good question for you? Okay. Here is your question. Describe yourself using song lyrics.
Okay. If I were to describe myself using song lyrics, I would describe myself using song lyrics from my favorite movie, Three Idiots. And the lyrics are All Is Well. And that is a really important lyric to me because I struggle with my mental health. And now all is well because I managed to take care of myself. And I always listen to myself and say, you know what, these feelings are temporary and all is going to be well in the future. And so I just listen to myself. I say, all is well, and I'm all good.
I love it. 36 seconds. Good job. All right. You answered the question. You explained why, and you reiterated, and it was very clear to me. So I'd say that's at least a solid 9.5. So good job.
Thanks.
Okay. Alexis, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me find one here that's good for you. Okay, here's one for you. Alexis, here is your question. What is something that you tried really hard to like, but just couldn't?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is sports. I like tennis, but all the other team sports I struggle to enjoy. And I think it's kind of a shame because I think that beyond entertainment, sports are kind of historical moments. And we're witnessing these historical moments, but I just don't find any pleasure or enjoyment in team sports really. And it's kind of hard for me to really know what's going on because there's so many people and they're all moving in different directions. But I enjoy tennis, but other sports I'm not a big fan of. Thank you.
Very good. 35 seconds and good answer. You tell us exactly why. Explain how you tried, that was something that you couldn't, and but you also see the importance of it, and you reiterate. So okay, overall, good solid answer. I'd probably give that a 9 or a 9.5. This is a solid answer. I'm not sure. There's so many different ways to answer that question, but overall, I think that was a solid answer. Good job. Okay. Caitlin, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Caitlin, here's your question. If you could be a brand new color, what color would you be and why?
If I could be a brand new color, I would be a new shade of red. Being Chinese, red is an extremely lucky color as it has many meanings. One of my favorite meanings from the color red is lucky. I want to be a lucky color where people will use my color to celebrate their cultures, their marriage, their birthdays, and possibly a favorite color among many people. Red is also one of my favorite colors. And so if I were red, I would want my color to be named Caitlin, just my name. So if I were to be any color, it would be a new shade of red called Caitlin. Thank you.
Very cute. Love it. 52 seconds though. So a little bit over.
I talked pretty slow in that.
Yeah, you're very thoughtful. And but overall, I like that new shade of red and might as well name it after yourself. So good job on it overall. Well done. But yeah, that's 2/100th of a point deduction. Okay, so be careful with the timing there. for you, Angela. What is something?
Forgot it was me next.
Oh, who's next?
Is it me? Did you say Angela?
Yeah, Angela. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was tripping.
Nice. Okay. Angela, here's your question. Tell us what you think the term defund the police really means.
I believe the term defund the police, from my understanding, it started because of the police brutality that was happening against groups within our community that were not being treated fairly. I think that it's really important at the national level that funding is going towards the right places. So that way we are cultivating a space where people in our community feel nurtured mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially in order to be able to thrive. So the funding that's going towards the police department, it's important that they are receiving well-equipped training so that way these really unfortunate things are not happening to our community in order for us to continue to progress as a society in total. Thank you.
Great. So 51 seconds. So
50 seconds.
51
Okay.
seconds, the 200 point deduction there.
Mhm.
Still not too bad. Although we want to get it down to 0.
Yeah.
Right. And Rose.
That was a good question though.
Yeah, that's one that can stump people sometimes. And
Francis, how would you answer that question?
how would I answer that question?
Yeah,
Sure.
how would you answer that question?
All right, I'll give you some of my feedback first to yours. I think it was good, but there's 2 things that are going on, I think. So defund the police is something that arose from the whole Black Lives Matter movement, right? So you could say,
Yes.
I would say something along the lines of, thank you for that question. I believe that term came from the last 2 years of the Black Lives Matters movement. I think it symbolizes a sense of distrust of the police or of those in power. And it's a strong signal that we need to reevaluate our priorities. I believe the police are still very important to keep law and order, but I believe that funding should go now to education of the police and how to really work with the community instead of working against the community, and also to other community service projects as well too. I don't think we should ever defund the police, but I think we should re-educate, realign, and reprogram, and also redesign how the police works with the community as a whole so that they're part of the community now. Thank you.
But I'm just speaking hypothetically, if it's my belief that we should defund the police and I have to, the way that I responded, was I not backing it up?
You were.
Or should I have added more?
Well, you could totally say what you said too. It's
Okay.
So,
but I did go over time.
Yeah, you did go over time. I think what you said was fine. I think what you said was actually legit, and if it was purely from just the content point of view, I think that would easily be a 9, maybe a 9.5. So a good answer. Just some deductions. I think that maybe a little more clarity of exactly what the term defund police symbolized, right? It came from this, it's basically the symbolism of distress.
Yeah.
Right. It came from, because this never happened until we reached that boiling point with who's the guy's name? Floyd? George Floyd? Yeah.
George Floyd, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't reach that boiling point until it happened with him, right? And that's where all of this pressure just came to a boiling point. And so this really is a term of distress, and it's a signal to have to reevaluate our whole priorities as a community now. Right? That we can't just trust somebody just because they put them in uniform anymore. It has to be. I think defunding police is a very extreme term, but it really drives the point of just how frustrated people have become.
Yeah, and I think media really blows it out of proportion too, and it sometimes is misleading, so I understand why so many people look at that term in different lights.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know what that is. because they don't
Yeah.
watch the news, or it's not covered.
Yeah, exactly. So it's something that, like, I can tell you guys right now, that is a very fair question to expect. It may or may not come up, but the chance of it coming up is probably 50-50. Okay? That and, like, Asian hate, defund the police, Black Lives Matters, all fair game. But they're all basically terms that came out the last 2 years. And people would expect you to have an opinion on it. Okay? Awesome. 9:36, you guys still want to keep on going? You guys are diehards. All right. So round 2 of Q&A. You guys want to leave? You guys are free to. If you guys want more torture, you guys can stay for that too. Let's do this one here. Okay, Sky, let's go with you for this one. I'm curious about your answer to this one, Sky. Okay. Again, one of the most popular questions on the Miss Aging Global stage is, what can men learn from women? But tonight we want to know from you, what can women actually really learn from men?
Something I think women can learn from men is to hold ourselves accountable for double standards. I notice it a lot, and I have male friends who have experienced it, where we kind of expect something, or we expect something from us, and then, or we expect a certain thing, and then we don't kind of give it back. So for me, it's really double standards. So for instance, I have a friend, he experienced sexual assault, he also experienced rape, and that was really hard. But then when he told his mother about it, when he told his other friends about it, they thought of it as a joke. And when he even told his own girlfriend that he was having a really hard time, she also thought of it as a joke and she didn't take it seriously. But then on the other hand, when a female says, that she's been sexually assaulted or she's been raped, it gets taken very seriously by everyone. So for me, I think it's just really the double standard and keeping ourselves in check too, for what we expect out of us as women, and then what we expect from men too.
Good. 54 seconds.
Oh,
So almost 300 full point deduction, but you kept it shy of that. I liked it. What women can learn from men is try to minimize the double standards. They can go both ways, right? Okay, very good. It was clear to me as you explained it toward the end, and I understand what you're talking about. So I say that's a good 9.5. Good answer, but you had deduction, so be careful of that, okay? Awesome. All right. Are you ready, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Here's your question. What activity that's usually considered as male-oriented can you do well, if not even better, than males?
A really common male-oriented activity is weightlifting. When people think about bodybuilders or weightlifting, the first thought is like Arnold Schwarzenegger or like really buff guys. I got into fitness when I went into college, and my boyfriend actually taught me how to weightlift. Continuing since freshman year, I have been weightlifting 5 times a week, and I have been bulking and cutting and doing normal things that people consider to be manly. However, I believe that there is a real feminine aspect to it, and I hope to inspire other female bodybuilders in the future. Thank you.
39 seconds. Good job. I didn't know you're a body lift or a weightlifter.
Yeah, I lift weights. I'm not a bodybuilder, so I don't know why I said that. I totally lied. But I do lift weights.
Is that gonna be your talent?
No.
That'll be fun. I don't think we ever had a weightlifter as a talent.
That'd be cool. I think I can deadlift all of you guys. So
Oh, there's no doubt you
I have-
can outlive me. That's for sure. You definitely could.
I have a question. Have you ever done a leg press, and have you compared your and your boyfriend's weights?
yeah, my boyfriend
What
is
is-
like hardcore bodybuilding. So like he'll like fill up the whole rack with plates.
Oh God.
And he deadlifts like 400 something pounds, and I am not there. I'm not even halfway.
Oh, leg press, leg press.
I could do like a plate on each side, and he can do maybe 2.
Got it. Because women are known to actually have stronger legs. So I just went to the gym recently, and then some guy or the person before me had it at it was marked as a 10, but it was like 175 pounds. But then I was told by my doctors, like, oh, women, have a lot stronger legs, and it's just because we have gravity, so that like makes it harder for us when we're standing up straight. So then my friend was freaking out because then I could do the leg press at 175 or whatever.
Yes.
So don't doubt yourself.
I love that. Thank you. I need that
Just focus
motivation.
on more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Francis, are there a lot of people doing talent this year?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the talent. That would be a Janice question. She is the one that's kind of heading that committee to review, and I'm assuming that the approvals or the invitations of the talents have been sent out. If not, then very soon they should have been. But yeah, I don't know. I'll be as surprised as everyone here, if not more so, who the talent people are. I have no idea. I literally have no idea who submitted talent. Well, I know that Kylie submitted talent for dance. That's just a given. But I don't know anyone else outside of that.
Well, I was mostly curious as to whether we'd be able to see Kylie dance, so I'm super excited.
If they don't accept Kylie, then we're all in trouble because I don't know what the standard is after that. So yeah, I can tell you at the very least, I'm pretty sure Kylie is going to be in that program. Kylie, did they send you the invitation yet? Or
Yeah.
accept? They did? Okay, so see, I don't even know this. This is so not my department.
Well, it
So
wasn't anything formal. It's just I think Crystal just like texted. That's all.
said that you're in? Okay, good, okay. So that's all I know. That literally is all I know ish. That literally is the extent of my knowledge of the talent show.
Yeah,
Francis,
I'm definitely not doing a talent. I even declined the Google invitation for talent.
I think that Caitlin should be doing synchronized swimming.
If I were to do the talent, I would do beatboxing.
You go out there and just do that. Okay.
I'm like,
You gotta get someone up there to rap with you.
Yeah.
Could do swimming and like, bring like a huge tank of water and you just watch us.
And we just reel it in like, okay, all right, go. She's on.
Wait, do you do synchronized swimming or is it just like normal competitive swimming?
I just do competitive swimming, but I feel like competitive swimming isn't as entertaining as synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming is
Girl,
like
competitive
water.
swimming is
so
so
hard.
fun to watch.
Really?
Yeah, I love watching competitive swimming. Synchronized swimming is nice too, though.
I feel like if I were to do anything, I would do diving.
Oh shit, that's not easy. That is hard.
I don't know how to
Like-
dive, but I would get there.
Yeah, that takes so much I think that's almost up here mental. Like you have to be so in the zone and just literally in that moment. So that's amazing. Very cool. Okay, wait, who's next? Who the last question was Elizabeth, right? Okay, you're up, Ish. Let's see. Here's your question, Ish. If you could accomplish one thing as this year's title holder, what would it be and why?
If I could accomplish one thing as this year's title holder, I think that it would be to teach others that Indian people are Asian too. It's
Okay.
actually really funny that I work with 3 coaches and 2 out of the 3 of them had no clue that Indian people were Asian. So when I told them I was competing in this pageant, they were very confused. So I think if I could do one thing as Miss Asian Global, it would be to teach others that Indian people are Asians too. And maybe that'll inspire others to compete in this pageant.
Good job. 38 seconds. I love that. That is hilarious.
I was so not sure if I should say that or not.
Well, I think that's hilarious, and I think that's very true. I think I would be, if I was a judge, I'd probably laugh and probably score you very high for being able to be very real and also be very humorous. That
Thank
probably, I think judges probably score you at least a 9, if not a 9.5 or 10 for that easily.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job on that. I love that. That was a great answer. Very hilarious. I can stop that laughing at that. That's great. Okay. Kylie, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. What is a good one for you? I gotta find hard ones for you guys now, since you guys can kick ass on 87% of these now. Try this. Tell me a memorable experience that you've had in promoting your platform.
One of my most memorable experiences that I've had in promoting my platform, which is Dare to Dance, is the first time I had taught dance to a girl at Boys and Girls Club. And she originally couldn't really grasp the choreography and she was getting really frustrated. But after being able to work with her patiently and really encouraging her to try her best, she finally was able to get down the choreography properly. And she was so amazed, so excited, so encouraged and inspired. And she actually went on to teach all of her friends the same dance, as well as even the staff at Boys and Girls Club. And for me, that experience really stuck with me because I just felt really heartwarmed to have been able to inspire her to do her best and to be able to share her passion with her community. And that's something that I really believe in. I want to be able to share my passion for dance with my community. And that is definitely something that an experience that has really stuck with me. Thank you.
Good. Love the answer. 53 seconds. So that's a 220. You guys are going overtime tonight for some reason, more than usual. You guys have a lot to share tonight in your answers, which is a good thing. I'd rather you have more to share than not enough to share, but keep track of your time. Great answer. I think otherwise 9.5 or 10 would have been what the judges give you, minus a 220 deduction from the staff members keeping time. Okay, otherwise, great job. Watch the time. Okay. Erin, you're next. You ready?
Yes.
Here is your question, Erin. Can you tell us what is something that makes you fearful?
Something that makes me fearful is the thought that I won't be able to pay my mom back for everything that she did for me. I know we have a rocky relationship, but at the end of the day, I fully acknowledge how much she has done for me as a single parent who just, made sacrifice after sacrifice. And, even if I'm in medical school now and I'll go on to residency, I don't know what will ever be enough to make the sacrifices worth it. So I do worry about that, but also I know that as a parent, her only wish is for me to be happy. So I would say not being able to pay my mom back is a big fear of mine.
Good. 42 seconds. Good job. That was very clear. You explained why, and you reiterate again to make sure that your mom, you want to feel as if you were able to thank your mom and make her see how appreciative you are of the things she did provide for you. So overall, good job. I like that. I'd say that's 9.5 or 10. Good job. Awesome. Okay, are you ready, Alexis?
Yes.
Here's your question. Alexis, in the grand scheme of things, please tell us, what is it that you stand for?
Thank you, Judge Francis, for this question. I think that in the grand scheme of things, the one thing that I want to stand for is living authentically to yourself. For a very long time, I did not feel like I was living authentically to myself. I chose a career path out of stability, and a lot of times I just sort of shy away from speaking my true opinions about things just to keep the peace with people. But one thing that I've learned going through this pageant is that it's so important to be authentic to yourself. It's very important to validate yourself internally and think about what is important to you long term. And if you live authentically to yourself, at the end of your life, you will have no regrets. And so that's probably the one thing that I want to say that I stand for, is living authentically to myself. Thank you.
45 seconds exactly. So good job. Paul. Good
Thought it
job. No deduction. You're not gonna lie, it's every possible second. So I love that. Being authentic and being true, right? Okay, very clear. I would say that's 9.5 for 10, easy. Okay. Awesome. All right, are you ready, Caitlin?
Yeah.
All right, here is your question. Caitlin, please share with us, what is your favorite magazine and why?
I don't look through many magazines, but one very popular magazine that I do know of is Vogue. Vogue magazine, I would say, is my favorite magazine because within its pages illustrates a bunch of beautiful men and women who walk Paris Fashion Week and who are dressed in the most designer and beautiful looking clothes. And I think that what's special about Vogue magazine is that it's not the clothes that stand out to me, but it's the people themselves and how they present themselves and how they pose and how they act. I think it's really enlightening and it's very impressive how they pose and how confident they are, especially in pictures, which is hard to grasp. So my favorite magazine is Vogue magazine. Thank you.
45 seconds exactly, so good job in keeping there. I supposed to ask you this question because I was wondering myself, does Caitlin even know what a magazine is? So I'm glad that you actually
Do
do.
not look at magazines ever.
Yeah, I'm all like, I don't think your generation actually touches paper. So good job overall. You talked about Vogue, you talked about why you liked it. I think there's nothing wrong, and you did mention that there's nothing wrong going even more detail. Like, thank you for that question. My generation, Gen Z, doesn't really look through magazines as often as it used to, or we used to, or people used to. We're more online, we're more on our phones, we're more on our pads. But if there was a magazine, if there was a magazine version of, and name your favorite website, right? That would be the magazine that I would love to read because it touches on these topics and whatnot. So you can make up a magazine that's out of thin air, that's something that you're familiar with. It doesn't have to be an existing magazine per se,
I see. Okay.
right?
That was my answer.
Yeah, I want to like, if there's gonna be a magazine question, it'll be for Caitlin because I don't think she's ever touched a magazine.
How would you rate my answer though? Could you
It was
tell?
good. It was good, but it was. I felt like you picked a magazine that you saw on the shelf, and you talked about topics that you knew that it covered, and it was okay answer. I would give it a 8 or maybe a 9 because I don't feel like it was you did all the parts, you answered the questions, but I don't feel like it was something that you're that passionate about.
Yeah, I didn't feel like my answer was authentic to who I am.
Yeah, it felt like, so that's why I'm like, you don't have to use, and this is one reason again why I asked you that question. Because I know that you probably don't look at magazines, so I want to see how you handle that.
Mhm.
So in the future, you can totally make up a magazine. Like, I don't actually read magazines. My generation doesn't really touch paper that much. And we don't even touch cash that much, I bet. So you can say that there is a website that I go to frequently, and it's this website here. And if that was a magazine today, then that would be the magazine I would subscribe to, I'd read, and I would be totally immersive because I would love the topic and what it covers. So that's the magazine. If I was going to read a magazine, this thing you guys call a magazine would be that.
Thank you.
Yep, and that would be more authentic. Okay. All right. All right, you guys good? I think we covered everything we wanted to cover in a speech class tonight, right? We have, my goodness, how many more do we have of these? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 more classes. We have 5 more speech classes, and
That's it.
That's it. We have the one tomorrow, then 2 next week, and then 2 the week after that, and pageant week then. You guys pageant week is literally just around the corner right now. You have 5 more speech classes with me. That's twice a week, all right? So 5 more speech, basically 2.5 weeks of speech classes are left. And I'll see you guys all in person.
So crazy. Wait, you said you have like more speech classes like at night like during pageant week, right?
So
Or-
yes, with pageant week, starting on Monday, if you guys want, even Tuesday, but for sure Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but definitely if you guys want to stick around for Monday, we can probably do that for a little bit. But definitely on Tuesday. After you guys finish all your rehearsal and all the stuff that Crystal has planned up for you guys, I'll be holding optional, and I think so will Cindy and probably Cami. Cami is, I think, one of the former Miss Asian Hawaii title holders. We got a lot of Hawaiians coming over. We got Sky, we got Emily, we got Cami. So yeah, we're having a whole contingency of Hawaiians coming, which is awesome. So Cami is coming over to help out with teaching you guys how to walk. So if you guys want any walking classes at nighttime, they'll be there. I'll be holding speech classes. So, one by one, you guys go up there on a little mini stage area. And it's perfect because that mini stage area is almost the exact same dimensions as the actual stage in the auditorium in the theater. So you guys will have a feel for it already. And then we can just see how you look in person, right? And we just go through everyone that, and we can also do Q&As. We can do some mock interviews if you guys want to, just so we can line up whoever's around and line you guys up and put someone in the hot seat and just go through a 3-minute ordeal of that. So yeah, there'll be it'll be just like we do every night here, except it'll be in person. And it's optional, so you don't have to stay for it if you don't want to. Okay. So any other questions? Literally 5 classes left.
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
At the hotel, if we wanted to use the gym, like how would we go about like getting the permission to do that?
You can just let me know that at 5 o'clock in the morning, Francis, I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm like, that's fine. Just or just let your sisters, in your room know, so that if we're like, okay, everyone, we gotta meet up at 9 o'clock in the room quickly. And someone goes, Francis, Ish is in the gym right now. I'm like, can you go get her and let her know that we need to meet in like 5 minutes down there. So you guys keep an eye on. There'll be a threat. I'm sure Crystal has a threat for you guys, right? So she's probably gonna message you guys and be like, all right, 5 minutes, 10 minutes down in the room, 15 minutes down in the Mother Suite room. So keep an eye on that thread because she will be conducting a lot of the schedules. I'll be running my thread as usual with you guys to make sure that there are any questions that you need to ask, answer on the side, and also let you know when practice for speech classes will kick in. Yeah, I would say you can let me know the night before. You can message me directly, and definitely let your pageant sisters know, so that in case you need to know where you are, at least someone in your room knows where you are. Okay. And the gym is, I forgot where the gym is, but I think I want to say the 3rd floor on the hotel, either 3rd or 5th. I can't remember exactly which one. But your key card, you guys, your own key card to let you in and out of the room, that's also your key for the gym.
Okay.
Did you know that in Miss Chinatown, which I think is crazy, did you know that Miss Chinatown, the girls get their, get rooms, they're like roommates with each other, but the organization does not allow the girls to keep their own key cards. Yeah, they're locked into the room. I mean, they can like leave the room and make sure one of their sisters lets them back in the room, but none of them have their own rooms or no keys to their own room. Which I think is like crazy. But yeah, that's how they still do things over there. I still think that's bonkers. But yeah, you guys will have your own keys. Okay. Any other questions about pageant week? I think it's a great idea for you guys to start packing now. Like not everything, but just start throwing things into your suitcase and making a checklist. Coordinate with your pageant roommate sisters, and so you don't have to good job there, Ish. And so you don't have to like double up on things, that you guys can just share things and save room in your suitcase. Okay. Anything else?
One last question. Like during pageant week, is it like a set, like you guys will give us like a set schedule of like what we're doing each day, right? Or do we already have that?
I don't think you guys have the exact, we have a rough schedule, but you guys don't have the exact schedule.
Like,
But-
do we ever get like any breaks or like free time in
Oh,
between?
yeah, you'll get some, not a lot, but you'll get some.
Okay.
What time does the day start?
9, if not earlier.
Okay.
So, which means like you all have to be assembled in the room by 9, which means that the day, if you guys want to get breakfast and eat it at a nice leisurely pace and not scarf it down, I would highly recommend that you are probably eating breakfast by 8 or at the latest 8:30, but 8:15 is a good time. 8 to 8:15 is a good time to start your, be downstairs having your breakfast. It's a great breakfast spread. It's got scrambled eggs. It's got bacon. It's got sausage. It's got an omelet. It's got fruit. Lots of wonderful fruit stations, juices, all that stuff in there. Cereals, whatever you guys want. So, but a lot of really, really yummy. Oh my God, Ish, who's that?
This is Athena.
Safina?
Athena.
Oh, like the goddess, Athena.
Yes. Yeah,
Hello?
that's the name we had in the shelter, and we didn't want to change it.
That is beautiful. She seems like such a chill cat.
Give her like a couple minutes.
Okay. Hi, Athena. Okay. So, yeah, I would say start your breakfast around 8:15, and then you should be able to eat a nice leisurely breakfast. And you can, if you want to, go back to the room, do some freshen up, or go from there and go straight into the meeting room, the practice room, which is just across the little walkway from the dining area. So that's my advice. I can tell you this much, that Wednesday is going to be an early day. Like, you need to be leaving the hotel at 9 a.m., which means you should be finished with breakfast by like 8:45, which means you should start breakfast by 8 a.m. I know this because my ass will be out of the bed by, no, my ass will be out of the bed, out of the hotel by 7:30. God, I'm not even looking for today, but 7:30 to go pick up vans to come and transfer you guys that day. So that day's a very full day. That's the sponsor visit day. I'm going to do a lot of really special activities. You'll be wearing, I think you'll be wearing sneakers, jeans, t-shirts, and a special hoodie that you should be getting during the week. But you'll also need to pack heels and your red dress. Yeah, that should be it. You can wear pantyhose if you want to, but basically your red dress and heels, because you'll need to change into, so you're gonna have 2 spots. We're gonna do one visit in the morning at Pinterest, so you can get to visit Pinterest headquarters, which is really fun. And then we're gonna go to dinner, not dinner, sorry, we're gonna go to, I would say, okay, get yourself a nice breakfast. Then at 9 o'clock, everyone needs to be on that van, out on those 2 vans and maybe a car. But yeah, we need to be leaving the hotel by 9 a.m. at the latest. And then off we go to Pinterest. We're probably gonna be here for an hour and a half or 2 hours, I think, probably 2 hours. Then from there we go to this lady's house. Her name is Sharon Cito. She's a very well-known, well-to-do socialite in San Francisco. She'll be hosting a very special tea for you guys. So you'll have like afternoon tea with her, or noon tea, probably more like it. And some light snacks. She'll give some talks. And after those nice refreshments, we head out from her house over to KQED, where they film Check Please, where I was being interviewed for my food reviews. And so we'll take a tour of that place. We'll probably even get this chance to see some of the actual filming of Check Please by some of the studio, and meet some celebrity hosts that are the ones that are hosting that show. So I get to take that picture. And then we need to make sure we get you guys your dresses. So make sure you pack your dresses and your shoes that morning, and put it in the vans, whatnot. We'll make sure we get that to you while we're leaving KQED. You guys can use KQED's bathrooms to change out of your hoodie and your jeans and your t-shirt and your sneakers into your heels and your red dresses. And we're probably gonna give you your sashes when we get to Palatine House or before we get to Palatine House, but essentially we go straight from KQED to Palatine House. And at Palatine House, there's gonna be probably several photo shoot outs there next to the fountain, which is a very legendary fountain that was made by an Asian American woman. So the managers of Ghirardelli really wants to make sure that Miss Asian Glove was captured there. We're probably gonna give you guys some little baby tiaras to wear both on Monday as well as on Wednesday. So you have a little, like kind of little baby tiara. We're probably gonna give you guys little teeny tiaras too during the photo shoot. And if there's any little girls in the crowd, like taking pictures, we highly recommend you to gift those little tiaras to little girls and kind of plant the seeds in their head that they too one day can become pageant queen like you guys. And then hopefully within 15 to 20 minutes, we can get you guys into the restaurant, have you guys sat down, and hopefully by this time, any one of you guys who have parents or friends or family coming over to that special dinner, because yep, those are a few tickets are still available for that. They will be there, obviously taking photos, but also in the seating area with you guys, so you can have dinner and palate dim sum with your friends and family there. And of course, a lot of photos, and a lot of really amazing food coming in that night. So we want you guys to be hopefully hungry by that time. And then after that, that is a long ass day already. But after that, then we go back to the hotel. You guys can change if you want to, or if you don't have time, we're just gonna have you guys go straight to the practice room in your red dresses and start rehearsing again for just the walks and the choreography that's ready for pageant night. So that's gonna go on till evening on Wednesday, and afterwards, if anyone has energy, they're welcome to stay for my optional speech class. Yeah, and after that, you guys go to sleep and get ready for the next day, which will be judges interview. Wait, everything we've been working for will be that day. Okay.
Do you know what we're gonna do on Friday?
Friday is all day rehearsal at the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna again leave at 9 a.m. sharp. And just that day you have to have everything packed in suitcase already. So not like all your stuff, but your costume needs to be in that suitcase, your gown needs to be in that suitcase, your swimsuit needs to be in that suitcase, your business attire needs to be in that suitcase, everything that you're gonna wear on stage needs to be in that suitcase. And everything that's you're gonna wear with your attire, like your earrings and everything needs to be in that suitcase. Your entire onstage wardrobe needs to be in that suitcase or suitcases. And have it all lined up in the practice room. And we need to like load those onto the van. Once those are loaded, then put you guys on the van, drive you guys over there, unload those things out of the van into the theater. You guys go to your assigned stations in your dressing rooms, and I think we're gonna have lunch, kind of briefing or everything like that, and then we're gonna have to make sure you guys are able to change into your stuff like on point, like very fast. Like, okay, get in your costumes. All right, great. Now get in as quickly. Do your bit. Do the whole thing you practiced the entire week at the hotel. See how it looks on stage. Hope it looks good. Do some tweaking. Then quickly everyone goes and changes into their swimsuit. Come out, do your bit with that. Okay, great. Looks good. Go back, change into your business attire. Come out, do that bit. Go back, and then I think at that point it's evening gown. Do that bit. Come back out, and then there's talent portion. So girls who are doing talents have to make sure they can quick change to their costume, like you, Kylie, make sure you're able to change. So all the talent girls has an extra costume on top of everyone else's costumes or outfits to change into. And then those girls have a quick change back into their gowns. And I think from that point on, everyone comes out, and we'll practice coronation. That basically happens when the titles are now being. Oh, sorry. Then the top finalists are called out. We're gonna practice that, and then we'll practice coronation. So you guys know what to do. You guys are called out for a title award. Okay, so that's Friday. Friday is packed full of just making sure we get the whole pageant right for Saturday. And it's not just you guys on the stage. the lighting people are also practicing. Making sure the light's correct, the sound people are practicing, making sure the music's on cue. The MCs are there practicing. The MCs will be with us on Thursday, but they're definitely gonna be with us on Friday as well too. Practicing, making sure they say your names right, making sure they get your fun facts correct, making sure that the introductions are all correct, all that stuff. So that is all Friday, making sure everyone knows what the hell they'll be doing on Saturday.
Wait, when are our VOGs due?
I don't know. When did Crystal say there too?
The 28th of July.
Oh,
Okay, so next week, right? Okay.
Not this Friday, but I think next Friday.
Yeah, so make sure you get that. Otherwise, Crystal will go on a warpath again. So you don't want to, you don't want that. So make sure you get everything you need so she can organize it and make sure she puts it into the scripts for the MCs to read correctly. Okay. But yeah, everything is coming together. We have 3 weeks. No, not even 2.5 weeks. To just make sure all the loose, and then this is really the loose ends to tie up. Okay. Any other questions? This is everything we've been working towards. Everything is about to happen. Literally in half a month. You guys ready? I think you guys are ready. I think you guys are ready now. But everything else from now is just, you know, this is what I want to see. I want to see you guys being able to do your social platforms at this stage, which means that from this point onward, it's just practice. I think you guys are ready. The walking stuff, that's up to Emily. I think you guys are good with that. But from the speaking part, I can definitely say I'm very proud of you guys at this point. Yeah. So I'm not worried about you guys. Keep practicing and make sure it's, you know, muscle memory though. Yes, Caitlin?
I'll just say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for your help through this entire thing. I did not know everybody was a volunteer going into this.
Oh yeah. Not only do I not get paid, Mag owes me hella money at this point for just the time. But of course, I'm never seeing that money because that's what a volunteer does. So yeah, everyone in Mag is a volunteer. We all do this because I think because we're insane at some level. But yeah, at some level we are doing this out of the love of you guys and the love of seeing you guys succeed and grow. I'm nothing compared to Rose. Rose has been doing this for 38 years. She's the most insane out of all of us. Any other questions? Did you guys like the pictures I sent of Vincent and Rose in the thread? You should all petition to Rose and Vincent that that's the picture you want to see in the program books for them.
how old are you in the photo that you showed us of yourself?
How do you think I was?
Let me see it again.
You guys are like, did Francis hit puberty yet at that point?
I feel like you're probably like in college, so I'm gonna say 19.
It's a fair enough guess. I can't remember, to be honest, when that picture was taken. A good friend of mine sent it to me a long time ago, and I was like, I don't remember taking that picture, but apparently it was taken. Yeah, I think I might have been either somewhere between high school and college at that point. Somewhere-
I guess college because the guy looked next to you looks very he has this like beard and stuff, so I'm assuming he's like in college probably. I would hope not high school.
I don't think that was taken at school. I think that was taken at a restaurant with my family. So I don't think the guy is one of my classmates.
Oh.
But I don't remember exactly when it was. But I'm pretty sure that was not taken at school. Yeah. But yeah, you guys need to share your baby pictures now. They only see 2. That means there's 20 left. You guys still left. You haven't shared. Come on, Elizabeth. Ish.
I looked like a boy growing up. That's what my mom kept telling me. She always thought that I was a boy.
Yes, well, that's what parents do. They bring Ish. You can
I just don't have any.
You don't have any baby pictures?
Yeah, I mean, I've asked my parents and they just like never send them to me. So I have like, none on, like my phone. I don't know what I looked like as a kid.
That is funny. Well, and Caitlin, you can
I
probably.
like to hope I was cute, but what if I was ugly? Like I don't want to know that.
I am sure you're adorable. I can't imagine that. And I was just saying, Caitlin, you can just send a picture of you like right now and just, totally qualify as a nice, cute little baby picture.
I kind of look the same as when I was younger. I have a baby face.
I believe it. I want to believe it. And Alexis, you need to send a picture of yourself too as a baby.
Okay, will do.
And Kate and Kylie, you're probably a picture of you right now probably be suffice as well too. So
I have like one. I'm looking for it right now.
oh good. Okay, I'm glad you have it on your own phone.
I had to submit it for like a yearbook thing before. It's like the senior yearbook, like baby photo thing.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, and like I said, for pageant week, don't forget to bring snacks for yourself and your roomies and me. And that will be very important for your downtime as you guys relax and just give yourself those breathers in between the days and nights. Okay. I think that's everything I have, at least for this session. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And after that, you guys will get pictures from me online in Comic-Con.
Thank you for everything, Francis. Good night.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye,
I'll
everyone.
try to find a baby picture.
Yes, please.
Okay, bye.
Bye.